Hey guys, Matt Fisher with a brand new video for you. So I want to talk about 5x5 training, the benefits from it, why people do it, and what it's best for. So when we talk about 5x5 training, we're talking about 5 sets of 5 repetitions. And when we talk about 5 repetitions, that's a good balance between strength, power, and size. The lower the reps are, more strength, the higher, more size. So 5 is kind of, right in the middle. So how do we do this? Well, it's a couple different ways. The way I prefer is that you take compound exercises, the big ones, the bench press, the incline press, military press, squat, hang cleans, or any kind of Olympic style lift. And your first set, you use a fairly light weight, a warm up essentially, where you're just making sure your technique's good, everything's working good. Your second set, you increase the weight, but it's still more of a warm up. Your second set, you should be able to bang out those 5 reps without a problem. Your third and fourth set are your heavy sets. This is the one you may not complete all 5 reps, and that's okay. This is the one where you may want a spotter to watch, especially if you're benching or something like that. But you keep the weight the constant, and you try and get 5 reps. If you can't, then next week, try again. Your fifth set, you drop the weight back down to what you use on your second set to really just exhaust the muscle. This form of training, believe it or not, has been used by many athletes, bodybuilders, Arnold Schwarzenegger being one of them. I believe one of his first training programs like this. For me personally, I started lifting back in 1996 for football, and this was a program that my team used where it was based around the 5x5 training philosophy. Bigger, faster, stronger, which I think is an amazing workout for football players. They have a rotating schedule where the first week, 3x3, then the second week 5x5, then third week 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the fourth week higher reps. But again, they incorporate this into one of their weeks. So it's been used by a lot of fitness professionals and professional companies for athletes. Okay, now how do you incorporate this into a workout? Well, basically, if you're doing a full body workout, it's the easiest to use. Where you just take your heavy lifts, bench press, incline, 5x5. You can do other lifts like curls and stuff, but just 2 or 3 sets of normal, go to failure. If you're doing a upper body, lower body split, it works great there too, where again, on the upper body day, probably your bench press, incline bench, 5x5, then your auxiliary lifts. On your lower body days, your squat, your deadlift, that kind of thing, 5x5, then other ones, auxiliary lifts. If you're doing a push-pull leg split, which honestly is probably my favorite, again, same thing. You're taking the big lifts, 5x5, and then the other lifts, 2, 3 sets, and you go about your day. One of the great things about this is that it's easy to track your progress. If you're getting stronger. Your first 2 sets, you should always be able to do. On the third and fourth set, if you can get 5 reps, then guess what? Next week, take up the weight a little bit, force your muscles to grow. Okay, so this is a very simple training philosophy, but again, very effective. For athletes, especially football players, a lot of them incorporate the 5x5 philosophy. And again, it's really geared more towards power and strength. If you want more size, you probably want more reps, more volume in your workout. So this one, you will get bigger because you're doing weight training, but it's really more towards being strong. And in a sport like football or lacrosse or anything where strength's involved, it'll be very beneficial for athletes. So how you use it in your workout is entirely up to you. If you wanted to, you could try an entire workout with every exercise 5x5, but you can only do 3 or 4 exercises for that workout because you'll just be too exhausted. Again, most people save it for the big lifts, but it's something you can try or just change to shock your muscles. So this is my first training program, and as a young high school kid, I made great gains with it. So if you're in a rut, if you've kind of plateaued a little bit, give it a try. Experiment a little bit with the first, second, and third sets of the weights, but you can apply this to any exercise, and it can be a great way to break over a plateau. Okay, thanks guys, have a good day.